Greetings! The Hijabi Gamer here, and I've been wanting to make a video about Loki. Because, you know what? Loki is my favorite character from the Marvel movies. I know he's not an Avenger, but he's my favorite character. Okay? Oh, wait, no? Whoa, let me correct that. Second favorite character. My first favorite character, I've got a cat sitting about 5 feet away from me, so technically, no. My favorite character from the Marvel movies is Goose the cat. If I don't make that clear, there will never be another video from me again because Buster will not tolerate anyone being placed above a cat. So Loki is my second favorite character, okay? And Loki was the only show I was looking forward to on Disney Plus. All right. Now I had canceled my Disney Plus way back when Mulan when it was revealed about the whole thing with the Uyghurs in China, and it was like, you know what, I'm a Muslim. There's no way I can. But I had planned to resubscribe just to watch Loki, okay? And then they fired Gina Carano. Excellent job, Disney. So I had to sail the high seas, so to speak. I've seen the first episode and most of the second. Once they brought in the female Loki, it was just like, no, cringe. But I was looking forward to this show. I was really, really looking forward to it. And honestly, like, I'm divided about it. So on the one hand, it's like, yay, more Tom Hiddleston as Loki. I want to see more Loki on screen. This is awesome. And they didn't recast him or anything. It's him playing Loki. And hey, any excuse to see Tom Hiddleston playing Loki. I mean, look, I've already said I will not buy the Marvel Avengers video game. There's one circumstance where I will. And that is if you get to play as Tom Hiddleston's Loki. Look, just bring him in as Tom Hiddleston, and I will buy your video game if you get to play as Loki. Hell, I will buy multiple consoles. Just to play as Tom Hiddleston's Loki. But you know that's not going to happen because Loki's too cool for their video game. So, on the one hand, I'm just excited to see Loki on screen. On the other hand, what did you do to him? I mean, you started the show just in this awesome, with so much potential. You have Loki with the Tesseract. Think of what you could have done with all that. The god of mischief and the Tesseract. No Avengers, no Thor, his own show where he's the star. He's free to do what he wants. It could have been so awesome. Instead, you have him within, like, what was it, like 15 minutes? You have him arrested, and at one point, he's literally on a leash. You took Loki, the god of mischief, and he turned him into a temporal Fox Mulder. I mean, if nothing else, you could have made him the variant, the one that they're chasing, the more powerful one. No, that's not more powerful. The most powerful Loki is our Loki. He's the most powerful. But, he could have been that variant. You could have had the whole show from his perspective as the TVA is trying to chase after him. That would have been more exciting. Especially since we would not know what the TVA is, so you'd have these people, and he's trying to avoid them, and that could have been more exciting than what we got. What is the term? I think the term is you cuckolded him. Why? There was so much awesome potential. God of Mischief, Tesseract. And what did you do? The X-Files in time. In addition, no one is explaining where these variants are coming from. I mean, I thought these variants are basically like these are alternate versions of Loki, right? Isn't the whole point that they're like trying to preserve the sacred timeline, right? So then these alternate versions of Loki would be coming from alternate timelines, but don't they like snip these alternate timelines before they can like advance? So there shouldn't be alternate versions of Loki. There should be just one version of Loki, unless he like one day just went on a cloning spree or something and started multiplying himself, and he needs to like bring them all back to, I don't know. But they're not explaining that, okay? Where are all these variants coming from? It doesn't make sense. But even if you could, he should have been the variant, the one, the troublemaking one, the awesome one, the one jumping through time. In addition, everyone is so excited that they revealed, ooh, Loki's non-binary, woohoo! God, I can't wait until July. No, that doesn't make sense either. And you know what? Some people are not going to like me saying this, but I don't care. If there's one thing you know about me, it's I talk my mind. And calling Loki non-binary makes that look. I found out about it through another video where they were explaining the comic origin of this. Now, I haven't read Marvel comics. When I was reading comics, which I haven't in a while, I couldn't afford DC and Marvel. I had to pick one, so I went with DC. I'm sorry, but Batman is cool. All right. So they're like, oh, well, at one point, Odin refers to Loki as my son and my daughter. That doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, now, look, like I said, my knowledge of the comics isn't as thorough, but my understanding is Loki was born as a male frost giant, okay? And then he learned the ability to shapeshift and alter his appearance. So basically, when he looks like a woman, it's basically him with an outer appearance of female because he can shapeshift. He could probably shapeshift into a cat. I mean, that would be like me being able to change into a cat. My father wouldn't be like, my daughter, who is also my cat. No, he'd be like, my daughter, who can turn into a cat. Or if you watch me playing Destiny 2, if I ever play as a Titan or a Warlock, I am clearly playing as a hunter in the form of my play style is so thoroughly hunter that when I play as a Titan or a Warlock, I'm playing as a hunter shapeshifted as a Titan. So it doesn't make sense. He's not non-binary. Woo! No, he's a male frost giant who can alter his appearance to look female or like a cat or like whatever he wants. So this whole thing about Loki being non-binary, no. He's male. I mean, isn't it the whole point of this whole gender thing in the first place, like what you feel like on the inside versus your outer appearance? Well, he's a male, and from what I've seen, he's pretty straight as well. I'm just saying, from what I've seen. I could be wrong, at least in the movie universe, what I've seen, he seems pretty straight to me. So, yeah, no, not non-binary, no. In addition, I'm going to say something else controversial, because all these women are constantly beating him up. Including that black woman, the large black woman. Look, I'm sorry. Look, I work in a warehouse, all right? I'm not a shabby, like, weekly woman, all right? I work behind the scenes, so I carry things like 55-inch TVs. It's not all the time, but yeah, I can put a 55-inch TV over my shoulder and walk with it, okay? 55-inch TV. It's not a light thing. I also bike to work. It's a long story why, but I actually enjoy the bike ride. I bike 2.5 miles each way. So I bike 5 miles a day on top of I'm on my feet 8 hours. So I'm not some shabby, weakly little woman, okay? But I can tell you this much. Even the weakest man I work with is stronger than I am. Hell, the 70-year-old man I work with is stronger than I am. Period. So don't tell me, I'm sorry, but you're giving, I get it. There are a few exceptions of women who are strong, who are ridiculously above average strong. But most women, don't give me this. I'm sorry. But you've got Loki being beaten up left and right. You have the god of mischief. I don't care if he doesn't have his powers at the TVA. This is still the god of mischief. What? He's several hundred years old? He's a warrior who's been fighting in battles for, even if he relies on magic a lot, he still is in the fray of battle. And you're telling me these random TVA people, are like, no. And as someone, like I said, look, there are biological differences playing a difference between men and women. And men have more upper body strength than men. Even if Loki were just your average guy, which he's not, no. You wouldn't have these people beating him up left and right. And I'm tired of watching Loki, the god of mischief, just being beaten around and tossed around and just like he's nothing. This is come on. Do you neglect his history? This is the guy who, had people, the world on his knees. This is Loki. And you're like, oh yeah, he's just a pussycat. You're just a pussycat variant. No, he's not. The fact that they got the jump on him, the only reason is because he didn't even know the TVA existed. So the reason he didn't attack them from the moment when he should have immediately was because he probably had no idea what he was dealing with. So it's like, wait, why did these people suddenly appear? And you know what? They have him also constantly, come on, this, like I said, They have him constantly, like, that scene where he's sitting on the like step crying and like just letting loose on Mobius, having a heart to heart with Mobius. Really? I mean, come on. I wouldn't, even in that circumstance, if you would put me, because I mean, I would be like, yeah, well, whatever. I like to hurt things. No, but instead you have him like breaking out like, I don't really like to hurt things, and turning him into this like they said, he called him a small little boy or something, a crying little boy. I mean, the only time where they actually seem to more or less get him right, and I heard some people criticize it, but there's one point where Loki finds out about Asgard, and he sheds a tear for Asgard, but he's by himself. So I can see him thinking back to his childhood on Asgard, all the fond memories, his hopes of actually ever getting back to Asgard, all shattered with that file. So I can see him maybe shedding a tear at that moment. However, later, when he's telling Mobius about the whole idea of apocalypses, and so he's like, Ragnarok, and Mobius is like, yes, the total destruction of Asgard. I'm sorry. Loki just brushes it off. He's not going to show weakness in front of Mobius. He doesn't know who Mobius is. This is Loki. He doesn't show... No. So having him in the first episode, like, breaking down and, no. I mean, this whole thing, it's like, hey, I know, it'll be fun. Let's take Loki out of his element and put him into an office setting. And, put him in a tie and just take Loki. It's like, a fish out of water setting, where it's like, yeah, we're going to have an office, but we're going to have temporal crime. And we're going to have the god of mischief, and he's going to be forced to work in a suit like an office worker, forced to deal with paperwork, which, by the way, what's with all the paper? I mean, aren't they from the future? Don't they have computers? So why do they have so much paperwork? I mean, we probably haven't had computers as long as the TVA has, and you can look up everything on online. I mean, what's with all the paperwork? All that research they did where they've got stacks of files. Why? So, I don't know. You had Loki, god of mischief, and the Tesseract, and like I said, you've turned him into a temporal Fox Mulder. Or Dana Scully, whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure which one he would really fit. And then finally, the whole female Loki thing. Why? You know what? No. You know what this woman wants? I'm sorry. This is going to also offend people, but I am super straight. Plain and simple, I am super straight. Okay? You know what I want to watch? I want to see handsome male characters. Plain and simple. I'm sorry. I don't see myself in this. I don't need to. No. I'm really disappointed. Oh, look at us. We have female Loki, and she's more powerful than male Loki. No. I went into this show wanting to see Tom Hiddleston's Loki. I wanted to see him being awesome. I wanted to see him being, the god of mischief. And instead, what? Oh, look, we brought female Loki, and you should like her more. And if you don't, you're sexist. No. I wanted to see Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Now, I saw an interview with him where he says things switch up at episode 4 or 5. It's like, they better make him kick butt awesome. They better bring back his cape and his finest guardian leather and his knives, which I love watching him, flipping the knives. That was just awesome, right? I love that moment when he's walking on the bridge on in Thor Ragnarok, where at the end and he's like flipping the knives. It's just like awesome. At that one moment where he handed him back his blades, I was like, sweet, and then they took it away from him again. I don't want to see female Loki. I want to see Loki, our Loki. I want to see him front and center, awesome. And no, stop with the I don't know what. Anyway, Those are my thoughts on it. I hope it gets better, but I have my doubts. Because something tells me they're going to kill off our beloved Tom Hiddleston and bring this, ooh, look, girl Loki. Yeah. Anyway. This video's getting pretty long, but I'll try to update and make another one after I see the next video. But thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Let Disney Plus know that, yes, me, woman, no like female Loki. No, I want Tom Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston as Loki, alright? And if there are any cool hot toys of Loki, like my Guardian, if you've seen my Guardian, I want a Loki like that. I can't find any yet, but I want Loki. Alright? Hope to see you in the town.